Hey y'all, welcome back. Huge news today. We sold our Gladiator and we got a brand new Rubicon Jeep Wrangler. Yeah, here she is. Her name is Adventure. And you know what goes along with all this, of course, when we bought that, is we have to tow her behind the RV, behind Freedom. So we put together all this stuff before we bought it to make sure that we could not only get all the parts and pieces, but also have a place that can install it all so we could tow it behind Freedom. So we're going to take you along here in this video and show you what we did to the Wrangler, the parts and pieces, and also we had to get a new hitch behind our RV because it no longer was a drop. This one is raised. This Wrangler is raised, so we no longer needed a drop. We actually needed to raise it a little bit. So we got something new on the back hitch that I think you'll be really interested in. And also, if you want more detailed information about all of this and why we got this, that's going to be on our new platform, y'all, which we haven't launched yet, but you're really going to want to pay attention. Or, you know what? Go over to RVAmericayall.com, sign up for our newsletter so you will get first information on when we come out with our new platform. So yeah, let's get started on showing you how we tow this Jeep Wrangler. Okay, now we got a new hitch too from Blue Ox, and it's a new one that they've got so you can adjust your heights to make them right.
And we're setting up the Jeep for the first time, about to tow the new Jeep.
Yeah. So, nope. I'm gonna have to go get another tool, so stand by.
But this is what the front of the Jeep looks like. So on our Gladiator, it was stock ride height on the Wrangler, on the Gladiator. So we actually had a drop that came out of the hitch, dropped down a little bit because the motorhome rode higher than the Gladiator, and that particular Gladiator. So we had a drop that came down. This one, the new Wrangler, actually sits up higher. It's got a little bit of a lift on it. So not only is it a little bit higher than the stock Gladiator, it's a little bit higher than where the hitch would come straight out. So we no longer need the drop. Now we're going to go up a little bit. Okay. Let's get back to Tom.
Okay, now it's a little Allen wrench here that it has. It's a little tightener so this doesn't wobble. And which I love that. So now we're going to just test that and see what that looks like. I'm going to go get a tape measure so then we know.
Okay. This is an up-close look at the new Blue Ox hitch. It's very cool because you've got all kinds of flexibility. It can go up or down and at different heights. Very neat. The nice thing about having something like this too is it moves the tow bar just a little bit further away from the back of the coach, which means the Jeep rides a little bit further away. So we really don't have to worry about turns, tight turns and things like that. Have a safe trip. Everybody's coming by to say goodbye.
I think that's about perfect. Excellent.
Woo!
Now I'm going to try to put it in the second one. More stable. Better put The nice thing about this hitch, the reason why we wanted this adjustable hitch too, is now when we get back to Florida, we can put our bike rack, we have another one of these, we can put our bike rack up here and we'll be able to haul our bikes back here. And I think the distance here will be okay. We'll have to test it to make sure that when we turn, our bikes don't clip the Jeep, but that'll be a test for then. But right now, this is all looking great. I'm going to tighten this. Yeah. That's all on. And now, we got another thing that I want to show you. It's a, Stacie's going to have to cut in close here because it's a thing to lock our hitch on better. Now we're
A hitch clamp.
a hitch clamp, and we're not going to sit here and film me tightening the whole thing, but we'll show you when it gets tightened up. All right, we have got it tight. And what this eliminates is the wobble. No wobble at all. And that's really, really important. Okay, now we have our heights right for the tow bar. You want them within like a ½ an inch, they say. And we've got that. So now we're going to go ahead and hook up. I want Stacie to show you while we're doing this, we might as well. Come on in with the camera. Here's our Blue Ox plate right here that we had put on by Festerlings here in Petoskey. They did an incredible job, and now they're becoming a Blue Ox dealer as well as a M&G braking systems dealer.
So show them the M&G piece.
Well, this
Pieces.
this is part of the M&G because it's part of the air system. The rest you can't see because it's back in here. And then this is a breakaway that came from M&G. So
That's our braking system.
yeah, that's the braking system. So they installed it all there. Again, NIRVC does that. They do a lot of them. We just weren't close enough to an NIRVC dealer or NIRVC. So, you know, if you need one of these systems and you're close to NIRVC, they sell all the stuff too, and they do great installs. So, yeah. But Festerlings did do a real good job. So, okay, let's bring the car in and let's hook it up. Okay, now we're gonna hook it up. We normally do this as a team, but you know, since one has to film, Stacie's filming and I will do it. This is the air connection, and we have an air connection on our coach, and then we plug it into the air connection that was installed, and then of course the power for the lights and everything. Yep, so that's that. And now,
And the coach is very dirty. Sorry about that.
yep, and this is the quick disconnect that if for some reason we can't disconnect it, if this pulled that off, the brakes on the Jeep would stop the Jeep immediately. So luckily we've never had to test that. We always take our time doing this to make sure everything's secure.
We use locking pins.
Yep.
On ours.
Of course. There we go. You can see it's not difficult. When we're doing it as a team, this takes us about a minute, minute and a half to set it up. Or take it down. And now your chains, you want to crisscross your chains. Voila, there we go. Now what we do, just so you know, I go in, start up the coach. Stacie will check the brakes first to make sure our braking system, when I put the brakes down, she feels the similar pressure on the brakes in here, so we know it's working. Then she'll come out and we'll test all of our turn signals and brake lights. And then she'll come and get the rest of the stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do that.
I want to show you. Let me motion to him. Do it again, I'm filming. When he hits the brakes, the brake on the Jeep engages. And I check it by having my foot in there and I can feel it, but you can also see it. Now we'll come back and check the lights. And I tell him left, right, and at the same time, I'm checking the coach lights as well. Brakes. And we have a series of signals, and then I tell him we're good, but don't move. I come back. In this case, I hadn't released the emergency brake yet, so I got to do that. Because you got to have that set when you're setting up the Jeep to tow, so it doesn't roll on you while you're connecting it. Okay. I turn off the air conditioner and the radio to save electric, just in case. And then what I do is I go ahead and lock the Jeep. Hold on, wait a minute. Hand signals are important. All right. And then I have him pull up, and you'll see the two little bars pop up. Okay, I tell it to stop. This is what pops up to tell you that the tow bar is locked in position. Make sure nothing's tangled up, everything's good, everything's attached. Then what I do is I have him pull forward and I check to make sure the Jeep tires are turning when the coach turns. And we are good. So I give him a thumbs up. He knows we're all good. The last thing I do after we've got it all hooked up, I've checked all the lights, the brakes, make sure the bars are locked in place. Before we leave, I'll go through and I'll check all of the bays to make sure all the bays are closed correctly on the motorhome. And then we're done. We're gonna go say goodbye to some folks. It's been awesome here at Hearthside Grove, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been. It's awesome. We're gonna go in. We got to get rolling though, because if the wind picks up, we can't get across the Mackinac Bridge.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried about that now, so we got to be quick.
Hope you enjoyed this video. You know, we'll, you know, like and subscribe. I was going to say we'll put any links down below if we had anything we need to put down there. We will. We'll put a link to Blue Ox down there. We'll put a link to M&G
Yes.
braking systems.
Yes.
And wow, until next time, guys.
Safe travels.
And happy camping.
Bye.
Bye.